Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to A Bite of Brownie. This is a special episode, so I'm gonna get right into it. I am sick currently, I believe, with the big C. Just kind of wanted to document the different stages of this journey. Anywho, this is the start of documenting the COVID process, just because I want to show you what it looks like. I am a overweight 37-year-old, live in the country. We see people regularly. We have not distanced in any way, shape, form, or fashion. We're living our lives and letting God be our protector. There you go. That's the backstory, and this is day one. Hopefully it doesn't spread fear. I don't feel bad right now. Hopefully it encourages you. So here are my symptoms right now. I'm a little foggy headed. I've got a cough. It's not a dry cough. It's calling up some stuff. I've got a body ache, bit of a temperature, bit of a fever. I've got a sore throat. I can still smell. I can still taste. So I'm kind of thinking maybe it's like a flu. You know, we do still have the flu. With the foggy brain, I get a headache every now and again. No runny nose, but on and off stuffy nose every now and again. Get a little congestion. Feeling good, except for the body aches are hurting. My body hurts. Do I even want to post this? That's my girl. Coming out of Brookie's. Look at her go. Oh, baby. Fire out there.
Thank you. Just started it.
Oh, fire. They don't have zinc in there?
Because you're not, so.
A couple beyond health observations from today. There seems to be a desire in my family unit to identify what exactly it is. We want to diagnose the problem right. Jesse's really wanting it to be the flu. I am in agreement with her. I'm off to bed. Good morning, you beautiful people. Throat's a little sore this morning. Jessie made mention of something last night and I want to share it with you. She said, you're sharing your health situation, but you're not sharing your spiritual side. I'm hearing some cool stuff from the Lord. Like, I'm having time, like whenever I wake up in the middle of the night and you know, I'm experiencing discomfort and I cry out to him and he answers. And it's like, it's something, it brings something to your spirit, man, to hear, yes, son, and to know that you're in the perfect will of God. Not saying that he brought on sickness. We need to get over that. Saying that he's there with me in it. And that has been encouraging and a half. So, I mean, he's been dealing with stuff down to like shame, the commercials that are on, the books that I'm reading, the conversations that I'm having with Jesse and other friends. They're ministering to my spirit, man. I can feel the Lord saying, pay attention to this, son. I don't know. Things are like really heightened. Anywho, wanted to add that little nugget. So while the health may be deteriorating, the flesh is weak, the spirit man seems to be coming alive. I wouldn't recommend, you know, all that goes with it. But like, I think if we have ears to hear, God is speaking powerfully. It is the evening of day 2. Jesse and I are taking the boys for a walk. Getting him right on.
Yeah, he's cute.
Go for a walk every night, well, that we can, but I get tired. We'll see how long I make it, but I feel pretty good tonight. It's big for me. Big, 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 big. What have you heard today?
I heard that you were gonna be okay.
Which is fun because the Lord told me to tell her that I love her, and that I was gonna be okay. So it was kind of a cool little confirmation moment. Slept for like an hour today, woke up ready to rock. Can't wait to see how this whole sickness healing process goes. And that's been kind of the thing, like our church early on when we were studying through this whole COVID thing, like one of the things we felt like the Lord said to us was the whole Psalm 91 that, you know, he's our God and he'll be the protector of his people, he'll push back plagues, that sort of thing. So we never declared that we weren't going to get it, you know, we run a possibility, there's a high risk that we would because we are out amongst the people. However, like, we knew that he would be with us. And he would be with us in the sickness, and he would be with us to deliver us. So we're kind of hanging on to that. But it is kind of confusing to go, oh, well, got sick. What am I supposed to do with that?
I thought we would be exempt.
Kind of was hoping that you might get through it because we were out. And there's like this part of you that's like, oh, well, maybe because we're constantly being exposed to it, that we have a bit of an immunity to it. Anyway, that would be false. And then again, I don't even know what I have.
True, you haven't been tested.
I haven't been tested.
But like, all the symptoms line up, so I mean, I don't know.
No, we don't know what we're doing. Just trying to encourage, share a little bit of our story. Keep posted. Day 2 in the books.
Good morning. Good morning. Happy day 3. Day 3 took a temperature. Temperature's up and down over this whole thing. Getting ready to have breakfast. I don't know if you can hear. I got something going on in my throat. My head's still fuzzy. My throat's real sore, Been coughing a lot more. Anyway, Saturday, I need to make a call for Sunday. So definitely not going to be going to church. Looks like tomorrow. Obviously, I'm not right. So anyway, just gonna make that call. Have to call Dave, get somebody to cover for me. Yeah. Okay, moving on. I didn't know nausea was associated with. No, that was part of the symptoms. It's a new one. Not feel good. It's day 4 or 5 of my exile. Still a little shortness of breath, coughing, but we're getting some rain. I'm over this sickness. Didn't get a chance to go to Sunday to worship with everybody, but I got to watch it online.
Lord, in our right minds, we declare you, Lord of all. Most of us don't really have much to come back.
I have such a new appreciation for all that. Probably gonna catch some wind as the front's starting to just now push on through. Check this out. Let's see. Yeah. Well, still such a good day to be alive. One of the words that I heard going into this thing was many years ago, I was at a conference and had a dream, and I woke up. I was sick at the conference too, and I woke up from this dream, and in the dream I couldn't breathe, but in the dream I was underwater, and I was swimming from cavern to cavern, and I woke up and I felt like the Lord said that He's going to teach me to breathe underwater, so it would be like reversed. And my mother-in-law came in. She put her hands on my chest and she prayed for me, and my lungs opened up and I could breathe. Anyway, just one of the, I can't say few, but it was one of the most powerful healings testimony in my life that I've been a part of. So whenever I went into this, I felt Him remind me that I'm going to teach you to breathe underwater. So I'm still waiting for that like intense deal, but every time I start to panic, like I'm waiting for that moment where I'm like, oh, I need air. But I have struggled a little bit, and each time He's reminded me of that word, and I've felt like a loosening of my lungs. Kind of cool. Not kind of cool. Really cool. What's this over here?
Oh, it's a pulse oximeter
Why'd you buy that?
to check your oxygen levels.
Why'd you buy that?
In case you get below 94, I'll take you to the hospital.
Why am I making this video? I'm making this video so that you would be encouraged if you're a little atraditional or non-traditional like myself when it comes to health and when it comes to, you know, faith walk in your health and that sort of thing. Just want to encourage you. Your faith journey is your faith journey. Your health is your individual responsibility. If I was watching this video, what would I want to know about me, about the situation that would encourage me in my faith walk? First of all, I would want to have a basis of, because it's the current popular topic, are you vaccinated? And the answer to that is no, I am not vaccinated, Jesse's not vaccinated, nor do we intend on being vaccinated. Why are we not vaccinated? Well, multiple reasons, but the two main ones are, number one, this is a new vaccine. Has it been tested? We are the test subjects right now, and I don't necessarily want to be a test subject. I'm not against vaccinations. I'm from the military. I've got the anthrax. I've had every vaccination. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I'm just an anti-this vaxxer. Number two, probably the more predominant reason for me is I don't think our world nor our government right now is making sound decisions when it comes to health or its people. I think we're clouded by fear. We're not making good decisions. I think in fear of others or people's opinions or dying or our own health, whatever the cause, whatever the instigator, fear has clouded the judgment. Have you noticed that alternative opinions from other doctors are oppressed? For instance, if somebody says, I want to take zinc, or I think the hydroxychloroquine or whatever, there's some interim things that you can take that might mitigate some of these risks. There's a whole medical community out there who are saying there's alternative ways that we could address this thing, but they're being suppressed and silenced. I think there's a reason for that. It just leaves me with a weird icky feeling. And obviously, some of you guys didn't grow up in the 90s whenever we sat home watching Airwolf and a bunch of these conversations come on and said, do you suffer from mesothelioma? Or did you take Symbicort? You could be entitled to up to $1.2 million in settlement. They ran all the time. They didn't have the money for the primetime slots, but during the middle of the day,
all of these drugs that had come out with the deficiencies, with the side effects, you could get your claim to them. What are they going to do if the whole world says, those weren't fully tested and I have side effects? As of today, 3/4 of the new COVID cases have been contracted by vaccinated individuals. The vaccination doesn't keep you from being infected. It's supposed to mitigate some of your risk, which brings me to this. I think about health in a different way. I think that our body naturally wants to be healthy. I think under ideal circumstances, if we're feeding it the best stuff that we can, if we're exercising it and we're taking care of it, as the Lord tells us that we should, I have a ways to go, but as the Lord tells us that we should, then it would want to balance back towards health. I don't like to suppress symptoms. So if my body has a fever, or if my body has aches, which it does, if my body has a sore throat, it's telling me that I'm working on something right now. Give me just a minute. Give me just a minute to figure this out and balance it back towards ready to go. And if I begin taking suppressors, cough suppressants, all the different things that make my life easier, maybe I don't suffer as much in the meantime, but my body is not accurately telling me what's going on, and I want to accurately be able to diagnose. Therefore, if I do have something serious, say in my lungs, like a bronchial infection, then I can't come in for the appropriate kick in the pants. I can't come in for the appropriate diagnosis to say, I haven't taken anything, this is a chest issue, this is COVID or whatever. If I have the accurate symptoms presenting, my body will try and adjust back to health. And if it cannot, I can go into a doctor with a more accurate display of what I'm suffering with. That's my opinion. Look, I hope if you're a bigger guy and you have asthma and you're out in public and you have to be out in public, it's part of your job, that you will not be fearful, that you're not going to be scared of this thing. Maybe you have an adverse reaction, but you also have faith. You also have a body that's fighting for you. You have a God that's fighting for you. None of this is done alone. I just don't even understand why this should even be a fearful thing. Do we want it? No. Do you want to suffer some sort of masochism thing? No, you don't want to. You want to keep yourself healthy and ready to roll. But I don't think this has to be a fearful thing of the whole world shutting down, not living life because we have a sickness and illness that will probably be with us for the rest of our days. Wouldn't it make sense to develop unity together and move forward?
As a matter of fact, not only have I been sick, I'm a super spreader.
First of all, the flies have descended upon us. Second of all, about 2 days after Jared got sick, I started presenting symptoms. We were talking about this a couple days ago, our vows don't say only in health. Sickness and in health, baby. Mine was the same as his, but progressed slower. Called the doctor on Monday morning.
Told you we weren't anti-doctors.
No, we're not. And I'm not trying to do a shout out, but I love our doctor.
I ran into him at a Christian conference. He was there saying, I'm a believer. I'm into addressing root causes rather than trying to suppress symptoms.
Yeah, we love him. So we called doctor Monday. I told him Jared's symptoms too, and that they came on faster than mine, and he had some different symptoms like body ache. Here's what you need to take. Vitamin C.
Boom.
Vitamin D.
Boom.
Zinc.
Yep.
Allergy medicine.
Yep.
And maybe some steroids. Also, since you have asthma, keep taking your inhalers. The fever today, for both of us, fever's gone, headache's gone, congestion remains, cough remains. So I feel much better. I feel so much better.
I feel so much better. You feel so much better. Let's go somewhere else.
I feel better. We both just felt, with this illness, we just felt trapped. We couldn't get out of it, and naps didn't help. We went for our walk, and you know that on our walks, that's our best time to seek God and hear from Him and feel His presence. And so we went for the walk. I was feeling much better from the walk, but he wasn't. And when we were walking, I kept hearing this song in my head over and over and over again. And so when we got back to the porch, I was like, hey, can you play this song? And after that, I was exponentially better, and I think you were too.
Hats off to the vitamin C and the zinc. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure that's a part of the process, and stomach's calming down. But if you were to ask me, if you were to put a gun to my head and say, why do you
When did you feel better?
Why do you feel better? Is when we sat on the porch and we sat in the presence of God and He ministered to our bodies, I felt better.
I felt so much better.
Better.
As bad as we sound, we do feel better. And honestly, I think what's happening is that everything is like breaking up,
It's like heading out.
which is actually a good thing. It just sounds really bad.
I'm telling you, just the feeling. I feel so much better. I feel like we're on the other side of this thing.
Yeah, I do
You ready to
too.
wrap this bad boy? God's a faithful God.
Yeah.
We love you guys, and we will see you.
In the next one, when we're 100%.
One hundo. We out.